fucking hate me.
Jam on toast!
Hey there, welcome to the Jam. I'm Cameron. Today the toast is to Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery. This is a review for hashtag Harry Movie Club. Go over here to tell Alan how much we hate him. Go on, he'll love hearing that. Do it. So the short sell on this one is that a evil mastermind and a British intelligence agent get brought from the 80s to the 90s through cryogenic freezing to pretty much battle for the world's safety. Yeah? Sure, why not? My love for this one is some of the small moments that actually happen. It's pretty interesting to see the part where like he's tumbling on the bed, she goes and gets away from him, and then she kind of titters to herself a little bit. There's always that hope that through that kind of thing that Elizabeth Hurley, maybe a schmuck like me, can get a pretty girl too. I don't know, so maybe that's part of it. The other scene that in particular that I can think of is the helpful guy in the bathroom. That guy legitimately seemed to care that he got his poop out. My hate for this one was the drawn out jokes. I mean, they were pretty awful. I think I can tell you that they weren't very good. They just did not have a lot of quality in them. They were pretty terrible, and now you know how I feel. The killer part is that the movie even made fun of it. There's the bit where the guy gets his head chewed off by sea bass, and Elizabeth Hurley's like, okay, that's enough. Whether you like this movie or not, you have to admit, Mike Myers made Austin Powers. It would be a different movie if you recast it. There's no way you can get the same delivery out of anybody else. This was Mike Myers' baby. To the categories. Aesthetics. I get this is a parody of the 80s to the 90s, and Austin Powers is very 80s, and depending upon your age range, you have different feelings about the 80s. Not a big fan. Though they had great toys and cartoons. So a lot of this just looks stupid, and not stupid like, hey, I can laugh at that. It's like, oh my god, people used to do that. That kind of sad. I gotta give it to them where it counts. The music definitely helps out with this because it's very catchy and silly and helps for the theme of the movie, which is silly. They casted really well for this, so the looks and everything are done pretty well. They definitely look like things out of spy movies, if nothing else. And big props to Elizabeth Hurley. I think she made an excellent Bond girl. Though the fembots, as cool as the idea is, I don't know what their basis for fembots were. Just saying. Aesthetics gets a 60. Character development. Like most parodies, this leans a lot on the genre that it's parodying, and it builds up in a lot of comedic writing. It's short, fast, the characters don't matter, you just need the base point, and then we're going to tell you some jokes. We're going to tell you some jokes, and we're going to tell you some jokes. The characters don't get a lot of meaningful development. With that said, there is development for the characters in this. Elizabeth Hurley grows to accept and even fall in love with Austin. Austin even grows a little bit, develops and adjusts to the 90s. That's a big thing, to time travel essentially and get adjusted to the new culture. I think I'd be remiss if I didn't acknowledge that. You even see developments going on with Dr. Evil, Seth Green's character, and the lady who is his mom. I'm not saying it's not there, I'm not saying it's bad, I'm just saying it wasn't particularly good. It's passable. Character development gets a 50. Storyline. Now, it may be a little tiresome, but I actually kind of like the premise for most spy movies. There's some evil mastermind who wants to have a plot to take over the world or do something crazy destructive, and only one man or woman can step up and do the job. And there's that romanticism in the storytelling that I like and you typically have with a hero's journey sort of thing. And it's good. It really is. The story's not so bad. It's all the comedic writing to keep it funny as opposed to meaningful that drags it down. Storyline gets an 80. Compulsion. If I'm being honest, this is barely watchable for me. I watched it again because Alan, I love your face. But I would never put this in and be like, yeah, let's watch this. Even out of the whole series, for whatever reason, Fat Bastard's my favorite character. I don't particularly even look forward to that movie per se. I don't know. It's not my thing. I totally respect if you like this, but it's not for me. Compulsion gets a 20. Now if you total all that up, you get an average of 52.5. For my wrap-up review, I've got to say this is not targeted for me. I'm not a fan of spy movies. I'm not really a fan of parody movies unless they're done particularly well, or at least suited to my tastes. And I'm not the target. I didn't really enjoy it when it first came out when I was younger. I was like, oh, okay. And even now, it's like, oh God, can it just be over? I'm sitting there looking at my phone the whole time just to figure out how long I have to suffer through this some more. And it's not torture. And there's worse things I could watch. But it doesn't mean I gotta waste my time on a bad movie. Neither should you. However, it is a wildly popular movie, so I have only one opinion. By all means, check it out. But as soon as you go, well, this is dumb, is it gonna get any better? It's not. It's not gonna get any better. Escape while you have a chance to put something else in. That's it for me. I'm Cameron, and if you don't like me, bite me.
If you want to see anything else we're up to, go ahead and click the annotations, and they'll take you to our other channels.